Yo, what's up, guys? We got another second channel video. As you guys are graced by the smooth voice that I am definitely not putting on. I'm not even putting it on, but like I talk more slow like this. I could even put on an American accent. Welcome back to the channel. It's Young Don Source Code. We're gonna be doing some Bible study. I kind of like that. That's some random tangent. Do you man watch Young Don the Source Code? Bro, see when man was getting into like Christianity back in the day, yeah, man used to watch his Young Don Reborn in it, and then bro always put on this Texas accent. It's like, Young Don, the sauce gold, you're a sinner, you're gonna go to hell. And then I don't know, I've just been chatting like that, like every now and then since, bro. Like, it's just bro, it's mad weird. But but we've got serious issues. We've got serious things to discuss on the second channel. Serious. By the way, guys, sub up to the main channel, bro. The link will be in the description. If I think some of you man who are gonna come to this channel are not gonna know. I got a whole. This is my second channel, bro. This ain't my main shit. This don't. I'm like, I love self improvement, but I've never wanted to be one of them YouTubers who blows up off of self improvement. I actually wanted to make content. So like my main channel, documentaries, interesting documentaries, almost movie like 40 to 50 to even 1 hour documentaries. I try and post every 2 weeks, because I'm also a part-time student. I do mechanical engineering, but then this summer we're going to be ramping it up. Obviously it's exam season. I've not had the time. Even right now I should be studying, I'm not gonna lie, but my last exam is in like a couple of days, so like once that's over, both channels in terms of content is going to be getting a lot more. Especially this channel, I want to see if I can upload at least every single day, and then good thumbnails, and just be on point in it. I feel like I take the piss with this channel. I'm not seriously. Half the time I upload a TikTok, I won't even have fully uploaded the video, and then the video thumbnail is just a mad thing. Like, I don't take this channel seriously in it, and I should take it more seriously. So we're definitely gonna be seeing how we can improve this channel and just improve content in general. You get me, on both channels. So if that's something you guys would be interested, obviously you guys know this channel. Main channel will be in the description, and yeah, let's just see if we can go crazy, bro. We're trying to go crazy. Main channel, we're trying to hit 10,000 subs by the end of next year, and second channel, second channel, I don't know if I want to set a sub goal, but we're at the very least, yeah, at the very least, like let's say by the end of this month we want to hit 100 subs. I think that's reasonable. By the end of this month we want to hit 100 subs, so make sure you guys sub up, make sure you get me, support the grind, all of that shit, and hopefully we can get there quicker in it. So the topic of today's video, the big boy topic of today's video, is going to be morals and principles, and are you a person of character? Are you a man of principles, right? And one of the things that kind of inspired me to make this video is I had a thought recently, and it was this: a lot of people, they live their life in a way to whereas they are just a victim of their circumstances. And what do I mean by this? Let's take an example, yeah. And I know we talk about cheating and heartbreak a lot on this channel, you get me, but it's the easiest example in it. It's not everything's heartbreak or relationships wise, but it's the easiest example. Let's say a guy gets cheated on, right? And he gets cheated on, a girl he loves, then his trust kind of breaks off that. Now that guy could then go on to say, you know what, I trusted this girl, she betrayed my trust, therefore women are bad, or women do not deserve my trust, and because women do not deserve my trust, I'm now going to treat women the way they've treated me, or I'm not going to be as good to my next um girlfriend because of what this person did. And in that sense, right, that guy is a victim of his circumstances, right? Because he had an ideology. Let's say he had an ideology that he wanted to be a good boyfriend, he wanted to treat women with respect. But then he's been maybe cheated on once, maybe even cheated on twice, 3 times. It doesn't matter the amount of times, to be honest with you. And then all of a sudden, now that because he's been cheated on, he maybe takes red pill ideology, or God knows what type of ideology, and he says, you know what, fuck women, I'm just gonna cheat, I'm gonna be rude, I'm gonna disrespect women, I'm just gonna be a piece of shit person. that person is a victim of his circumstances. And so many people in life, so many fucking people are victims of their circumstances, right? I've been reading this book recently, right? It's called Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, right? I think the book's about 7 hours. I'm about 3 hours into it. But this book actually highlights this very well in the sense that a lot of people, right, their principles and their values, they don't really have strong principles and values because the second something bad happens to them, they switch, right? They switch so easily. Let's take something as simple as honesty, right? I think all of us would say that we are honest people, aka one of our principles is honesty. Let's say you're in a situation, right, where somebody has dropped their wallet, right? And you pick it up. You're going to give it to them, but then for God knows whatever reason, right? You see that that money that's in the wallet is like £1,000, £2,000, like a crazy amount of money that's in the wallet. And add salt to injury, that period of life you are very, very broke, right? You are very, very broke. And if you were to take the wallet, no one would see you, no one would bat an eye. Now, a lot of people, I'd say 80 to almost every person I meet, they love to say, I'm an honest person, I'm an honest person. But in that situation, a lot of people would take the money because they'd be like, fuck, I need this, and they'd be able to rationalize it in their head where, I need this money more than them, and, I'm just doing it to survive, and I'm sure the guy looks well off, and XYZ, and they rationalize it. And then just like that, something that everybody claims that they're honest, right? Just like that is gone. See, our values and our principles hold no weight unless they are tested. And this is what I mean about, are you a man of principles? When I say a man of principles, I mean, do you have principles? And when those principles are tested, do you stand by those principles or do you stand by emotions? A lot of people, right, especially men, because men, if you watch the manosphere, men love to call people, men in the manosphere, right, they love to call women emotional. All women are emotional, they're led by their feelings. But let's actually break down a lot of red pill ideology. A lot of red pill ideology stems from guys who have bad experiences with women, right? They get cheated on, they get mistreated, whatever. And a little bit a lot of red pill ideology, right? It stems from guys who've had bad experiences with women, they get cheated on, they get mistreated, they get disrespected. And instead of doing self reflection and looking at their principles, they go completely on the opposite end and say, no, modern women are trash. All modern women are fucking terrible. They're hoes, da da da. And then they go from people who, yeah, sure, they probably lacked a bit of backbone. Maybe they lacked a bit of confidence. And maybe they did need to fix the self respect and not allowing people to violate their boundaries. But they go from that extreme to just the other end where it's like, fuck women, I'm a cheat in every relationship, and my girl can't say shit to me. I'm gonna have 50, 100 different multiple women. I'm gonna sleep around. And it's like, those people, that's a purely emotional decision, isn't it? Because when you think about it, bro, there is good women that exist. Of course, there's good women that exist. But this red pill ideology, right, that guys consume, it's purely an emotional decision. Most people who are red pilled have been cheated on or they've been hurt, and then they literally call it red pill rage. Oh my god, the reality of the world. Bro, it's an emotional decision. It's not a decision made of values and principles. What a person or a man of character who got cheated on, who got done wrong would do, would like evaluate their principles. Was the way I acted wrong? Did I violate any of my principles in the way that I carried myself? And if the answer is no, then something bad happened to me. That person, they're insecure, they got their own issues. You know what I'm saying? This situation is a bad situation. Obviously, bad things happen to bad people. But I'm not going to change my principles. I'm not going to change my morals just so I can fit into society's, just so I can feel better about myself. My morals and my principles are gonna stay consistent. They're gonna stay the same. And a lot of guys nowadays, they don't do that. Your morals, they change like the wind. You get me? A lot, and these are the same people, right? It's so funny to me, these people, yeah, because these are the same people, they swear to the main character, right? They're like, if I was back during slavery, I would have said it was wrong to own a black person. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't, bro. You wouldn't have been that guy. You wouldn't have been that guy. You get me? Because the moment something bad happens to you, or the moment your principles get tested, they fail. Your principles fail. They completely fail. You abandon principles that you've had and you adopt new ones, and then the second those get challenged, you abandon those and you adopt new ones. You're nothing. You're like, life without principles is literally like building a sandcastle, yeah, near a big ass fucking ocean, bruv. That shit's gonna wash it every single time, bro. Because the reality of life is your principles are always going to be tested, bro. They are always going to be tested. You're never going to be able to go through life and just say, I'm a hardworking person without having to prove that you're hardworking. You're never going to go through life and say, I'm a disciplined person without having to prove that you're disciplined. You're never going to be able to go through life and say, I'm an honest person without having to prove your honesty. And the thing is, a lot of people, when the situation is difficult, especially, this is the main thing, when your principles cause you yourself to be hurt, right? Because a lot of people, they create principles purely out of their own self-interest, right? Purely out of their own self-interest. But the moment those principles fire back at you, maybe you were the one who did something wrong, right? Right? Maybe you were the one who fucked up and you need to take accountability and you need to be the one to apologize, but you don't want to do that because your principles are not really principles. Your principles bend at any slight inconvenience. They break. They're easily breakable. They're not. They have no value. They have no worth. You get me? It's really pathetic, bro. It's really sad when I see shit like this, bro. Because it's like, without principles, what are you gonna build your life on, bro? What are you gonna build your life on? Life is always going to be difficult. There's never gonna be a point in life where it's not going to be hard or it's not going to suck. You're always gonna go through shit. So why are you gonna go through life with this weak ass mindset to the point where any bad thing that happens to you, you change your whole identity? Now, I'm not saying you can't take things in life and self-reflect. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is when you have a principle or a value, for example, let's take the situation of the guy who gets cheated on and he becomes a player who's now cheating on a bunch of girls. That guy started off with a principle of loyalty, right? Loyalty was one of his principles. His person cheated on them, right? They hurt him. And now instead of reflecting on himself and saying, you know what, this person's bad, he now decides, you know what, I'm going to make everyone else pay because that person was not loyal to me. And just like that, the principle of loyalty is gone. In a situation where it's a person, like I said on the bus, right? Let's say, um, you know what I'm saying, this person needs money, they're poor, whatever. They find a random stranger's wallet. They claim that they're honest, right? They claim that they're honest. But in a situation where honesty would have not benefited them, honesty would have not been the thing that would have gotten them their desired results, what do? They fold. They fold, bruv. They take the money. And just like that, your honesty is gone. I see the thing is, it's very easy for bro, people love to talk, bruv. People love to fucking talk. Everyone can talk. Everyone is a fucking super hardworking, loyal, honest, amazing lover that can do no wrong, right? Everyone loves to talk. Not a lot of people like to do, bro. Not a lot of people like to do. There's too many talkers, there's not enough doers in this life. You get me? Bro, you know how many people are like, oh yeah, you know, I'm thinking of starting my own like TikTok, YouTube channel, and you know, yeah. And then you check on them, they've not posted a video in like 6 months. And I'm speaking about myself now, because even me on my main channel, I've been slacking. Obviously, I have exams. That's an excuse. It's an excuse. You get me? There's no excuse to not be putting in that work. You get me? But I can look at myself and say, main channel, I've been slacking. I've been lazy. I've not been doing what I've needed to be doing. I've not been investing the money that I needed to invest in that business. And I'm going to pattern up. But you need to have that ability to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, yeah, man's not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, bro. You get me? Whatever principles you decide to guide your life by, you really need to stick by them when things get hard, bro. Because that's what creates you as a man of principles. You don't lead your life based off of what you're feeling in the situation. You lead your life based off principles. Because principles have been tried and tested and they work. A person who is honest, even when it doesn't benefit them, is always going to, in my opinion, lead a better life than somebody who lies from time to time. A person who is hardworking, right, is able to do the work even when they don't feel like it, is always going to achieve more success than somebody who's just, when I feel like it, right? A person who is loyal, right, even when, let's say, your friends annoy you, or your girlfriend, she's annoying you, you guys are arguing, and there's this new girl, and she looks good. The person who's able to be like, no, I'm a loyal guy, I'm gonna choose my person, is always going to be in a better position than the person whose principles just shake like this. Because life without principles, you're just lost. You're just lost. You honestly, you're just a victim of circumstances. And the thing is, people who live their life with no principles or no respect for principles, right? They go across life. They may be having a good life now, but they're not prepared for when shit doesn't go their way. When shit doesn't go their way, they're looking at everyone else like, yo, are you guys seeing what's happening to me? Are you guys seeing what happens to me? No one gives a fuck, bro. No one gives a fuck. You get me? They're perpetual victims. You get me? They're perpetual victims, honestly. Because something bad happens to them, and instead of using their principles to guide them through that bad thing, right? They completely lose it, and they just think, oh, what can I do to feel good? What can I do to numb the pain? What can I do to da da da? And then they just lose themselves completely. Lose themselves completely. Completely. In life, your principles will be tested, and the true testament of whether, in my opinion, you're a strong person is if you can follow those principles even when it doesn't benefit you. Because if not, you're just going to be a victim of your circumstances. And that's it.